are now listening to the Built for Cuban Links podcast.
But without further ado, I know you have been waiting. Well-anticipated episode.
Very, very, very anticipated episode.
This is the Built for Cuban Links podcast with your illustrious host, Yaya, and I'm here with my nearest and dearest brother,
Freezy. And we're back again and again and again and again and again and again.
You love that.
Just
again.
like always, we are always back again and again and again and again.
Seamless. It has been a wait. We are in the midst of summer.
It's getting hot outside.
Beach season.
It is beach season.
Feel me?
It is also sundress season.
Hey.
So remember, brothers.
Hey.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up, all right? Don't let none of these young women in their sundresses have you paying child support for the next 18 years. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
And just like that, we begin. What? How have you been, Freeze?
We've been good. I've been good. I've been hanging out with family and friends, getting some things in order. I've been really wanting a pod. I've been itching a pod for a while. We let some stuff build up, I feel like. But you ready to go? I'm ready to go.
Nah, that's a fact, though.
How you been doing?
Niggas have been chilling, enjoying the summer, living the student life. Living the student life, you feel me?
Little summer vacation?
Yeah, seeing what's happening, though. Building towards entrepreneurship. Should be on everybody's mind.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. I think if you're interested in being your own boss, entrepreneurship is a great way to go. I think mostly if you don't like having a boss, entrepreneurship is the way to go, which I think most people do. Nothing against it, but some people just don't like that route, I guess.
It is true. So, taking the road less traveled, but I am enjoying life.
The Robert Frost road less traveled, I think he said he liked the view or some shit like that, right? He liked the view.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Okay. Well,
but we are here. We are here to pod. We, like Freezy said, we have been itching to pod. Public speaking is our specialty. So, it is what you shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
Right now, to me, honestly, this time period that we're in, it feels like the days before Utopia. I will not lie to you. I think right now, in terms of music, everyone is waiting on Travis's Pyramids release.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a big release. I'm going to go straight out the bat, straight from the jump.
Okay.
I think he's going to do
Let it rock.
at least half a milli. Half a milli is crazy. Half a milli. I think 500,000 first week is the number that Travis Scott should be shooting to be over with this drop.
Okay.
I think a combination of how famous he is, everybody knows him. Everybody in the world knows who Travis Scott is. Or at least most young people know who Travis Scott is across the world.
He was just at a festival. Was that Wireless in the UK? Or
I
that
believe
a different
so.
one?
I believe so.
He was at Wireless. He did big up Sexy Red. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yes, the booty hole brown. Yes.
Yeah. That's her.
Yes.
Summer
She
Walker's friend.
is, I think,
Summer Walker's
in the
friend.
span of a pod, she has gone from
she's
barely like she was. I think she was bubbling last pod.
She's bumping in the
She was
streets, bro.
bubbling last pod. We didn't mention
bro.
her, but now she's out here. She's out here. Her booty hole's brown and her coochie's pink, and she's getting to the bag, bro. She's getting the streams. She's getting the play. She's up there. I think Cardi B hopped on a remix.
Yeah, she has a song with her, and she has other tracks. She has other singles. She has other singles working.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's circle back to Sexy Red because we were just talking about Travis. But you see, Sexy Red has been bumping
He got
so
the big.
much.
She got the big up from Travis.
She got the cosign from Travis.
She got mad
crazy.
cosigns.
That's pretty crazy.
Sukiana too. Her. I don't know if you heard about her, but yeah, Travis is coming. He did say that the release party is going to be in Egypt.
In the pure, that's nutty to me. Is it inside or outside? Even
It's
if it's outside, bro, that's fucking crazy.
Have we seen anything like that?
No,
Monumental
no.
like that? Nah.
What's Drake gonna do? He's gonna go to the Easter Egg Island with their big heads?
I don't know.
What the fuck? That's crazy to me.
But did you see what Hov was doing in Brooklyn the other day?
What, he did like a book release thing, right?
Yeah, they had his they had his lyrics on the wall, and there was like an exhibit
That's pretty cool.
in the library, or I think it's a museum. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I mean, Pyramids is like.
Yeah.
It's what do they call it? The 7 Wonders of the World? Having an album release at the 7 Wonders of the World, brother, if you're not selling over 500,000 first week, that's a failure. So I expect big things. I don't know if I expect it to be good, to be quite frank with you.
You said Drake was ducking him.
I think Drake was ducking him. Numbers wise.
Uzi came out the other day,
and I think Travis used Uzi.
He let Uzi rock. Drake let Uzi
rock
on file.
But I think Travis used Uzi as a little promo with that single that he's on there. I'm sure it's one of the biggest streamed songs off of the Pink Tape is what I'm talking about. Uzi's new album, The Pink Tape.
Yeah.
But Travis got it, I think Drake did it with Travis when he did like Sicko Mode. I think he dropped Scorpion after. Or it was kind of around the same time, you know what I mean? So these artists like to have big single release on other people's albums before they drop theirs because it's going to bubble their project sales.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to do big numbers. I think the album, I hope it's good. I think I'm definitely going to listen to it when it releases at midnight or whenever the hell he's streaming it from the Pyramids. I hope it drops. But I think it's going to have so much money behind it that it has to drop that night. It's not going to be on some Kanye, I'm dropping tonight and we're doing the album party tonight.
They already scheduled it.
Not dropping.
They already scheduled
that shit has to come out. It better be mixed and mastered and handed into Apple Music already.
They had to have a lot of money to play with going on religious sites like that and historic monuments being next to it.
You got to be ready to go.
That's big.
You got to be ready to go.
Because I wasn't even expecting a big album from Travis, you feel me? Like, we know he was coming. We knew he was coming from a minute ago. I'm not gonna cap.
No.
We knew
he's
he was
been building up to it.
I wasn't anticipating. Like, it wasn't that interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I'm not that big of a Travis fan. I'm always gonna listen to an album whenever he drops it. But I think I kind of expected it from him now to be waiting 3 to 4 years in between every drop, to where I'm not like, he's dropping and I'm like, okay, I'm okay. He'll do some singles here and there and whatever. I don't really need his music. Like Astroworld, I'll still listen to a couple of songs, but at this point, like, I heard the album so much, it's like I don't even play it anymore,
Yeah, I stopped playing it a couple years ago.
When did it come out? 2018, I think we talked about last week, or last pod. It was 2018. It's been a while. So he has to come with something big. You have to sell over 500,000. You have to do good numbers. And you have to be up there charting. You have to get the number 1 album. So far this year, only Uzi has been able to get a number 1 hip-hop album on the chart, which is crazy to me. Actually, until I think Gunna was number 2 as well, or something like that. Or maybe he was number 1 on the
Search
hip-hop
it up real
charts.
quick.
Yeah, you're right. We could fact check in real time.
But in that time, right, Uzi did drop, and to me, it sounds like mosh pit concert music. To me, Uzi...
I know Gunna debuted at number 1, but I think Uzi...
Uzi what?
Uzi dropped first? No, he dropped after.
Gunna dropped weeks before him. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I feel like Uzi is embracing...
I know, Gunna came in at number 3. Sorry, yo. Gunna came in at number 3, but he had good numbers.
Okay, all right. So, but I feel like Uzi is embracing his punk rock inspiration.
Yeah.
Like I told you before the pod, to me, he's doing it in a different fashion to where it's appealing to everybody. Playboi Carti, he had all the real niggas with him at one point, and then he just switched up out of nowhere and caught the bag after a whole lot of red. You feel me?
He's doing the vamp shit, the
vampire shit.
Honestly, I think that shit, the reason for that is that shit really goes at these festivals and at their concerts.
Yeah, I know.
That rage lifestyle, he gets all the...
Mosh pit,
I'm being quite frank,
music.
a lot of these white boys love that shit. They love to dress up like vampires and bloodsuckers and go out and party and rage and have fun. And I'm not knocking it because he's built a big fan base that way. And I think Uzi's benefited from being able to... Like, I think people who are fans of Carti are fans of Uzi.
Yeah.
So he can have his fan base, but also maintain a more mainstream appeal as well, His rollout for the Pink Tape was pretty well documented, I feel like his performance at the BET Awards was big. Shouting out Ice Spice getting hit with phones from JT.
And she got the phone back, but...
And honestly,
phones were flying.
Their relationship has been like a cult classic. I don't know if that makes sense. A cult, like, their relationship will go down in history because of how big and popular it is. Okay. It's a classic relationship.
Classic relationship.
Like, I got people who I'm like, why the hell do you care about Uzi and JT coming up to me talking, you heard about Uzi and JT and this and that? I'm like, what the fuck?
A lot of people know that she got her phone back.
She got her phone back.
A lot of people know that she got her phone back. To me, I just feel like Uzi is doing it differently than how Carti was doing it. You feel me? Carti is on some vampire shit. I don't know what he's on, but it's working for him. But Uzi, I feel like he fucks with more anime. You feel me? Like he's an anime nigga, so it's like it's just a different look on the same thing, different creative,
a different lane in the same kind of element, if that makes sense.
Because Uzi, he's pushing the barriers with his rock shit. He you know he's high. He's heavily inspired by rock from the jump. We always knew that. Yeah. Feel me? So right now he's kind of expressing himself, and I'm just saying that it's more appealing to the broad audience that I categorize and I fall into. You feel me?
I would agree. I think honestly though, in my personal opinion, I think Cardi has dropped better music than Uzi.
I don't know about that.
I think Cardi's last album was better than the Pink Tape. If we're matching up Eternal Take and or Atake, like Yaya said earlier.
I said Atake. I don't give a
I think Eternal Take could have a better race. I didn't like the Pink Tape as much. I think, look, this is what I like. I like the song with Don Toliver, Patience.
Okay.
I like Spin Again, X2 with the TK shout out that I saw you put.
Yeah.
A with Travis Scott and Crush 'Em. But other than that, I mean, I don't count Zoom, which is a bonus track, because I heard Zoom in a sophomore year of high school because it was a leak from way back.
The leak bandit.
I don't count it.
The leak bandit over here.
The trapping out the bandwidth. We're trapping out the bandwidth over here.
Look, I said it before the pod. I'm going to say it right here. There is an art to finding leaks to music, and this nigga Freezy has mastered the craft. If you want consultations, call this nigga. But I'm
going to have to charge
It's like he's a part of OVO. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to have to charge
him.
And that's a gem. I'm going to have to charge him.
That's a gem. I'm not going to lie. It's like he's part of OVO. I'm not going to lie.
Listen to this. Uzi has Bring Me to Horizon. I don't know if you've heard of Bring Me to Horizon before. Have you heard of them? They're like a
band.
They're like an emo rock band, like, you know, that were like popular in middle school with a lot of people.
Okay.
But they have some hits. They have some hits and Baby Metal, which that song, I don't know if you saw a clip from Kai.
Okay.
He
was listening to it. He
was listening to it,
and then he was like,
"What the hell do I even do this?"
He was like, "Yo, I don't want to say this shit is trash," and then it just changed, and he was like, "Oh."
And then it went back to being trash. I'm gonna be real. I didn't like the project. I think Uzi could have done better. And I think that is evident from his first week sales. He sold 165 first week, which I think is the biggest week for any hip-hop album so far this year.
Okay.
And like we asserted, the first one to go number one this year. But the original projections were 250K first week.
Okay.
He had like 100,000 decrease in sales. And I think that's because he has such a pull that he can bring in an audience that would typically sell somebody who's dropping an album 250,000 first week. But when they go and listen to the album, not only is it so long that they can't get through it, because sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't, but the quality of the music on there, people just wasn't resonating with it.
That's how you feel. Based on the numbers, that's how you feel.
I think his numbers show that, yeah.
Or is it too early to tell?
I don't think so. I think that first week will tell you a lot. I think it'll tell you a lot nowadays.
All right, but before we go any further, I do want to put out say my standouts. You feel me?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Flooded the Face. Mama,
that one was good.
Mama, I'm Sorry. You did say X2. You fuck with X2 too, with the shout out to TK. And I Gotta. To me, the flow was crazy, and he caught the melody perfect, and that was something that I would just play on my own.
Yeah. I think it had some decent songs.
Those were my standouts.
He had Nicki on this for like a remix to stuff. He had an interpolation of I Hate Being Sober from Chief Keef, and I think 50 was on that original song, Wiz Khalifa. Hate Being Sober. He did the Chop Suey remix.
My brother fuck with Chop Suey.
Yeah, I used to listen to that shit all the time. I think Uzi's version was garbage. Was hot garbage. I'm sorry. I don't need you to redo this. And it didn't even sound that good. I'm good off of it. I'm never gonna listen to that shit ever again. I'm good. They'll leave the original sometime.
But you see how that's crazy how we know Chop Suey, like we know other genres of music.
But his younger audience might not. They might not know them. I think I saw a clip also. Was it Wallow?
Okay.
Wallow, he was like, "Wake up!" No. He was going crazy with it. So shout out to them. That was a very funny clip.
You gotta
shout out Gillian Wallow.
I have said that you have to fuck with other different music, but it just shows your knowledge. Fucking spans
exactly
a vast
and it
field.
shows where he got his influence from too. So I salute it because he was being very experimental and he had some good songs on it. And even like the Baby Metal one, I kind of enjoyed it a little bit, even when it was trash. I don't know. I thought it was a fun listen, but I think
I kind of skipped through the process.
It hurt his mainstream appeal a little bit. And I think that's why he went on Instagram, I think a couple days after the drop, and said, if you guys get this to whatever, I'll drop the album you were really waiting for.
Oh, really?
He came out and said that. So I think he kind of tempered people's expectations.
He's playing that game, huh?
Exactly. He's like, hey, I did this because I wanted to mess around and experiment with music, which is, you should, because you're an artist and you're a creative, and I think he's very creative and talented as an artist. So I think he still has something in the tuck, maybe, to, maybe get him back to that EXO Tour Life type of appeal, if that makes sense. He went super viral with the Just Wanna Rock. That's what, in my head, I'm thinking, how can this guy who had a #1 hit song, I don't know if it went #1 or not, but that shit was a #1 song.
It went #1.
Just Wanna Rock was a #1 song.
It was.
Everybody and their fucking mom knew that song. I bet you some grandmas even knew that song.
Jersey Club Sound, Philly.
It went viral.
Embracing it.
It was at the Super Bowl. So you go from that to this album, which I think is a misstep, to be honest. I don't think you can go from your biggest single since EXO Tour Life, and I think this one was bigger than EXO Tour Life. I think the Wanna Rock got him more eyes that he's never gotten before. So I think it was a misstep.
I don't think it's bigger because EXO Tour Life was a staple in his career. That was his first one.
It is. It's the first one.
You had to prove that you could make the #1 hit.
It's the first one, but I don't think it necessarily
consistently
grabbed the same amount of people as the Just Wanna Rock could grab him.
At this time,
at its core,
argument.
EXO Tour Life was still a very hip hop kind of trap influenced song from when he was on tour with The Weeknd. But this Just Wanna Rock shit was like a dance. It was for the club, you know what I mean?
It was for TikTok.
For everybody, for TikTok. Perfectly said. So I think this releasing the Pink Tape was a mixtape. Was a misstep. But I think his core audience will still fuck with him, and I'm definitely gonna still check out his next album when he drops it. But let's see how the numbers do next time.
It's not too far left like Cardi. It's not too far left to where you're not gonna want to listen to it at all. There's a few songs that could appeal to everybody. Yeah. Everybody could take something from it and appreciate it with the Pink Tape. You feel me?
I feel like the release, like the lead up to the release, made the album underwhelming. Because I expected a lot from the album and I didn't get it. And I still, at this point, a couple of weeks after the drop, maybe even it's almost a month after the drop, it hasn't moved the needle. It doesn't move the needle for me in his career. There's nothing in here that's going to make me think, oh, wow, this is going to put him on another higher pedestal than he already was. To me, it's just like, yeah, it's cool and you experimented with some stuff, but I didn't really fuck with it. And it's not even like a pure concept like rock album because he's doing other shit too, you know? So he's not really trying to stay true to a specific genre or route, but I don't know. I feel like he could have done better. And I think he has not bought himself too much time. I think he drops again within the next year. Year and a half. Like we say sometimes you drop a project and you can live off of it for a while. This one, I don't think Uzi can afford to live off it for a while. I think he needs to come back sooner than later. But yeah, that's what I think about the Pink Tape. You have any other thoughts?
Nah, since we are on music, you start off on a high note, and I do want to continue. The UK chart record for the first time in UK Spotify history, 2 non-Christmas songs by different artists get 1 million streams. Sprinter, Central C, and Santana Dave at number 1 with 1.23 million streams. It was a single off of a collab EP, a little 4-piece with Central C and Dave. Freezy said he didn't really fuck with it.
I thought it was too much fish and chips.
I don't know.
I like UK rap, but the EP was too much fish and chips for me.
It has potential. To me, it has potential. Because Sprinter was just a second track, and that one's going crazy because of the video.
That's going crazy, yeah.
But I feel like if he released a video, because he said crazy shit in the other songs on the EP. But the big track of the summer so far, Who Told You, Badman Don't Dance.
With the WAP on your hip.
J Hus featuring Drizzy Drake at number 2 with 1.10 million streams. I do want to say J Hus dropped a project recently as well called Beautiful and Brutal Yard. Beautiful and Brutal Yard. You know what I mean? Just Yard like place. Or Jamaica, you feel me? But it's the same shit. Features from Georgia Smith and Burna Boy, Popcorn, and others. Who Told You is the song of the summer. Everybody is playing that. Every party, every gathering.
Yeah, I see that. I see that for
Who
sure.
told you about my... Everybody dancing because the song is just hot. J Hus been doing his thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, Drake really stays
putting
with
on for the UK man.
with the finding random heads and just like putting them onto another level with these singles. Sometimes it's crazy.
But the thing is, this nigga J Hus, he been bubbling though. He been bubbling. I've been knew him because he.
I never even heard of him. To be quite honest with you, I never heard. He
be featuring with Burna Boy, and I love Burna Boy. You feel me? So I be going back in the catalog to make sure I know all the songs.
Okay.
And J Hus is in Burna Boy's catalog, and Burna Boy has shown himself on tapes with J Hus before. Just that niggas don't know it. You feel me?
I see.
It didn't really get big, but
it had a similar sound from when Yaya played me from his project, because I didn't even know he dropped the project before today. It sounds amazing. That song with Georgia Smith.
Recent.
That song with Georgia Smith is nutty. Mm-hmm. That shit is another level. And Yaya mentioned it too, having Drake and Georgia Smith on the same project. It's kind of funny.
I'm chatting.
Their history.
I'm chatting. But we know the history behind them.
We know.
We got some good tunes out of her. You feel me? But some standouts include Palm Tree, which got added to the playlist. Mm-hmm. And that's just J Hus by himself, so he could be on the playlist by himself.
Hold his own, for sure.
Who told you got added to the R&B playlist too? I let it rock. And Come Look, which is it samples Thun from King's Disease 3 with Nas. You feel me?
Oh, really?
But the song with Georgia Smith is Nice Body, and Masculine with featuring Burna Boy, and Killy featuring Popcorn.
And was that a good feature?
Yeah, it was solid.
It was solid. I
still gotta listen to it some more. It just came out.
Okay. I gotta take a listen after the pod,
and I kind of skipped through it, but I
and is it J Hus?
J Hus.
Okay. J Hus. Shout out J Hus.
It just felt kind of weird.
And who told you bad man don't dance? Even with the WAP on my hip, I dance.
Yo.
So
there was some bars in that song.
I was like, I felt that one.
That was your song of the people pick.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago?
On episode 11. That was your song of the because that was the lead single from that.
Who told you about Man Don't Dance, man?
All the women love it. Everybody loves that tune there.
I can't get away from that song. I hear that shit fucking every day. I hear that song every day.
Yeah, that shit is
it bangs though. So
that shit
I can't even be mad.
That shit is a hit.
So, if you want to stick to music, I want to cover a little of the Young Thug and Gunna drops. I know we're a little late to it, but who cares? We let it sit for a while. I got some stats for y'all.
Continue.
Young Thug Business is Business sold 88,000 first week, which, if you're a real Young Thug fan, you'll know those sales, right? is good.
Yeah,
they're
lot,
good
right?
for Thug. Because he usually doesn't do over 100,000. It was only with the So Much Fun project that he did really well.
And you talked about that too. That his numbers is low.
They're usually low. They're usually on the lower end because I don't know what it is. I really love Young Thug, and I feel like he influenced everybody from Lil Baby to Playboi Carti to Uzi to all these rappers. And I don't think he gets the proper biggest. I feel like Young Thug is one of those artists where it's like when he has a hot song, people will be like, "Oh yeah, I love Young Thug," but when it comes time for the album, they don't give a fuck about him. So It's fucked up. I thought he would do over 100,000 because he was locked up. I think for a lot of artists, when you do the jail release, it kind of boosts the numbers a little bit. And that's what we saw with his original projections. He was projected to do 120,000 first week.
Okay.
But I think the quality of the mixtape, or album, I guess, because everything's an album, is what lowered the numbers. Off of his project, I know off the top of my head, Oh You Went with Drake was, I think it's kind of like the lead single, because whenever you have Drake on a project, it's always going to be the lead single.
That's the one that I went to. I didn't listen to it fully, like 1, 2, 3.
I liked it. It was good.
Around, bro.
I don't know how high it charted. It was good. I didn't expect it to be anything too crazy. Hellcat Kenny with Lil Uzi was a very good song. He had 21 Savage on it. One of my personal favorites is Jonesboro. He's like really doing some spitting shit on that one, and I really like it.
Yeah, I like that one. I didn't notice that one before when I first listened to it. I think I kind of skipped it. I don't think I even listened to it. But I like that one that you played before the pod.
Travis Scott does a song called Abracadabra. Again, you see he's on a little run. And he has another song with the Racks that I think is okay too. Yak Gotti is on that song. Cars Bringing Me Out with Future. Gucci Grocery Bag, which is another standout for me. Gucci Grocery Bag. That one's fire. And Parade on Cleveland, or Believeland, as Drake says throughout the song, because Young Thug is slime, I guess. So, you know, it was
I am unaffiliated.
it was all right. I expected it not to do over 100,000. I was surprised when the first projections came in, and then I wasn't so surprised when it lowered all the way to 88K. What did surprise me, though, however, was even with all the... You got 21 Savage, Lil Uzi Vert, you got 2 songs with Drake on them, you got Future, you got the whole industry on this mixtape. Everybody in the industry is promoting the album.
Do you feel like it was rushed?
From Lil Baby to Lil Durk. I think it was for sure an album that he had maybe half of it done before he went to jail, and then they put some shit together to release it. He rushed it out, definitely, as we can see from Academics Post. I think it was an Academics exclusive. A voicemail from Young Thug to Lil Durk that leaked, in which he asked him to be on the project. He would love for him to be on the project because he wants to drop on the same day as a quote-unquote Lil Buddy, who everybody is speculating, and it's probably most likely to be Gunna.
It's Gunna.
It's Gunna.
Come on.
And he wanted to do a competition sort of like how Kanye and 50 did it. But I think he just wanted to, lower down his reach for his first week sales. He ended up dropping a week later. And honestly, I think he's lucky he did, because if he didn't, I think Gunna would have blew him out of the water first week.
People have been saying that Gunna's project was better, right?
Everyone's saying that Gunna's project was better.
That's what the narrative is.
My spin on it is they were both mid. I think both albums were mid. I think Gunna had a bigger single, a better one-off song in Fuck You Mean with the Q-Peasky, and everybody loves doing that dance and shit.
Shawty's love it.
I think when you take the project as a whole, it was every kind of song sounded the damn same most of the fucking time. And it wasn't really that impressive to me. It wasn't even better than the Wanna album, in my opinion. But Gunna ends up selling 83,000 first week, which only happens to be 5,000 under Young Thug's first week on numbers. Okay. Gunna, on the other hand, where Thug underdid his projections, Gunna overdid his projections, which first came in at 75,000. So it's kind of fucked.
This brings me back to... This is a full circle moment, because this brings me back to my main question. Does the radio play this nigga? Yes or no? Is the radio gonna play this nigga or not?
And we found our answer.
He's popping in the streets, allegedly.
He is.
So
I was in the gym.
Is the radio gonna play him or not?
I was in the gym, as I was telling Yaya before.
You did say it.
And I seen a 6'6" small forward who should be in the NBA warming up before we all started running games. And he was saying, "Young Gunna, wanna they calling me Splurge?"
Shaking my head.
The streets, the people, the audience, the listeners, the streamers, they are fucking with Gunna. They
people don't give a fuck.
They don't care. They don't care. So it's different to 6ix9ine, to where 6ix9ine made himself hated by pretty much everyone. It was kind of hard to come to his defense. Okay. Gunna played it to a level where he's kind of trying to say that he's the victim. He's like, "Oh, the DA tricked me."
Yeah, nigga, you did not get tricked. Come on.
Yo, just be like, "Yo, you know what? I respect it more if he just didn't comment. Just no comment. I don't give a fuck. Drop your music. Q-Peasky. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing, and he's shown that he has the talent to produce a song that people will overlook, whatever. But it's not even overlooking, because no one gives a fuck about this.
No one cares, bro. No one has to do 100 years.
And honestly, Tekashi took the veil off of this shit a long time ago.
Unveiled.
But he was just the first one to do it. Okay. So when you're the first one to do something, you're not always going to be the most successful.
I told you.
So
it could be a lane for the snitch rappers to collide. And I feel like
he did it.
As you mentioned Tekashi, I feel like that nigga been getting into some drama with the Latin people, with the Spanish niggas.
I'll be the
right?
I'll be the Latin translator. I just want to end the Young Thug and Gunna debate on saying I really like both artists. I think it's good that Gunna is getting his play, because I predicted it. I said he was gonna get his play, and he got a big single.
Really?
So I'm just gonna pat myself on the back a little bit.
The people love it on TikTok.
But I think Young Thug deserved more love with this drop. But you know what? I understand why I didn't get as much play. But yeah, I don't know. I hope Thug has the opportunity to get out and do more music, because if this is, I can't imagine they'd put together another album without him being released. And if they do, it's gonna be not good. So
What are you talking about? You talking about Thug and Gunna being on the same track?
No,
again?
I'm talking about Thug dropping again. Thug and Gunna is done. That shit is done.
I didn't know what you was
that
going
shit
with
is
that.
done. I'm talking about a new Thug project. I want to hear a new Thug project, but I don't know if we will ever get it. I don't know. The way that it's looking right now,
if he need more money, he got to keep dropping.
I think he's going down. And Gunna saw that he was going down, and he's like, I can't take my career down with you either. Which is, you can have your opinion on it. I think it's fucked up, but hey, he got the hits to keep it moving in music and in entertainment. At the end of the day, me and Yaya always come to this.
That shit doesn't matter.
It's entertainment. These guys don't really give a fuck. They don't care about morals. They don't care about nothing. These gangsters are not gangsters because if they was gangsters, they wouldn't be rapping on songs about it. They're entertainers. They're entertainers. So you know what? Do your music, make your shit, but
that's a gem right there.
Bring another album, Thug. I need another album to make up for this one. I hope we could get to see the light of day. Moving on to some buffoonery. Some buffoonery. Yaya wants to know. You want to know about the Anuel and 6ix9ine?
Yo, this is why it is
important to know Spanish.
You should have a Spanish
this is why
friend.
You should either know Spanish. He should know Spanish.
I kind of do.
I'm calling him out.
I kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. I understand more than I can speak it.
But he's affiliated.
But as I was saying, this is good to have. If you can't speak it, nigga, know someone.
Keep someone close by
that could speak it and translate for you when you go on these trips to Puerto Rico or not Puerto Rico to fucking Mexico or
the DR or whatever.
Or DR, you don't have no Spanish speakers with you. Nigga, hire a translator or have a friend that's a translator. Thankfully, my best amigo.
Exactly. And he's family too, so that's why it's embarrassing that he doesn't know Spanish. I feel a little embarrassed too. Just for being associated with him, to be honest.
Nigga, I understand, bitch.
He can understand, that's good.
Nigga, tell me what was happening with this Anuel Tekashi shit.
So the beef is Tekashi, long story short, Tekashi's fucking Anuel's baby mama. And is making her a super viral Instagram sensation.
Oh, that's his baby mama?
Yes, the girl with the colorful, with the rainbow hair. That's Anuel's baby mama.
I didn't even know that. She's bad as fuck, though.
She's like posting she's posting up some shit like with her kids and saying that Anuel beat her or some shit. Oh. And everybody just thinks it's probably because Tekashi gave her a lot of money. You know, so I don't know. There's a lot of bullshit and buffoonery going on.
They playing the circuit. They playing
Anuel played himself though. Anuel played himself, and I like Anuel. And I love his music.
Word.
Anuel's really about that life. I think allegedly
he is.
I think he is allegedly.
He served time for it.
The problem is
he served time.
He's an entertainer now. So when you're an entertainer, you got to deal with motherfuckers like this making you look crazy. Because Tekashi, he knows that he can go into the Latin space and get a pull. Maybe it's not as big as Anuel's, but it's enough to where the Latin outlets are reporting on it. Shout out to all my Dominicans.
Shout out El Alpha El Jefe, nigga.
Nah, the Dominicans, they have some pages. They have some platforms that go crazy with the Latin trap, with all that shit, and they're usually run by Dominicans. If I had a page off the top of my head, my dad is more tapped in with this than I am.
I know the Dominican niggas that have the shorties in the barbershop. I know that. I know that. They be
some Dominican pods is crazy. My dad was showing me. They just posted up with hookahs in the barbershop. They got the bad teams coming through.
Yeah,
it's crazy. They on some different level shit.
I think it's called Santana Barbershop on Instagram.
Something like that. And my dad loves them too. So
they got all the baddies in DR. And you can get a haircut and get twerked.
So these guys are covering everything Tekashi does, pretty much. Okay. Tekashi has made himself pretty much in this Latin space by...
He has been dropping music, Spanish music.
You know what it is? He kind of... I'm realizing it now as I talk about it. He did what he did with academics, associating himself with the media personality to grow the brand.
Okay.
And now he's doing the same thing with these Dominican media platforms.
He's noticing the play.
He's got the in with them, so they'll post up whatever little bullshit he does, and it's gonna make its way to Anuel, and it's gonna get to the point where people are like, yo, Anuel, you beat her up, or you did this, or you're gonna let Tekashi speak about you in this way?
I heard Anuel said that he doesn't mind doing a song with a snitch because it's business. It's money.
Yeah, but I think at first he said, like, he would never fuck with a rat or something like that, and, you know, Tekashi will take anything to offense, and... he's gonna keep that shit in his chest and fucking clown you for the rest of time. So
I didn't even peep that.
That's the Anuel and Tekashi beef in a nutshell.
He said that he would fucking. He would.
And I don't blame him because it's entertainment. And I think at this point, I think he's regretting even commenting on that shit. Because so many people commented on that shit, but Anuel was probably one of the only. Like, they're not asking Bad Bunny this shit. You know what I mean?
He's in a different strategy.
He's in a different lane. There's other Latin artists they didn't ask, but Anuel made the songs with him. and he was famous, and they're kind of in a similar like hip hop, but also Latin space, to where he has to deal with this bullshit and buffoonery. So,
and that nigga, as you talk about Bad Bunny too, that nigga popping up in commercials with the single.
You already know.
Using the Jersey Club with Where
Uzi.
She Goes.
He had Uzi in the music video, like Uzi
Really?
was a backup dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He had
That's
Uzi
tough.
doing the hip
tough.
shit, and I was like, yo, that's crazy.
That's tough though.
That's
And
crazy.
he's singing in Spanish, and everybody fucking with it, whether they speak Spanish or not. They fucking with it.
Exactly. Your uncle, your grandma, somebody listening to Bad Bunny right now.
Hey,
I was listening to Bad Bunny on the way here, actually. He just came on the show. Yeah, he's going crazy.
sing it, nigga.
So, keeping in music. Actually, I want to go back to Young Thug and Gunna. They both didn't finish number one because of Morgan Wallen. Okay. Morgan Wallen has still been number one from March. When we talked about him in March, all these months later, Morgan Wallen is still dominating the charts.
I seen a black girl post
On another level.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
He's on another level.
He's on another level when the black girl's posting. I'm not gonna lie.
The black girl's posting country that's how you know.
Out of pocket.
That's how you know.
You know where I saw it? You know, I'm gonna really spill the tea. You know where I saw it?
Let's see.
I saw that shit, and you know, on Instagram, they have this new feature where, like, if you go to your messages, you swipe over to your messages, right? And there's like a little thing, and I guess you could put like a quote there, or you could just put words there, or you could play music. And I saw this black girl. She had her music. Fucking Morgan Wallen was, and I was like, "Wow,
I didn't know about
out of
this
all
feature.
the music that came out, all the Summer Walker shit that came out, all
Morgan Wallen.
you're playing, you're wild, and you liking Summer Walker's pictures. Get the
But
fuck
I'm gonna
outta
translate
here,
that for
nigga.
the audience. That means
Fuck
that
outta here,
Yaya
nigga.
slid into a girl who loves Morgan Wallen's DMs.
No, I didn't. No.
So that shows the levels. That shows the levels to this shit.
No, I didn't.
Shows the levels.
It was a black girl that liked Morgan Wallen. I was like, whoa.
And Yaya liked her too. Moving on.
He was a sellout. You know that? He was a fucking
Keeping in music.
sellout.
Keeping in music. Hit Boy drops Surfer Drown 2.
With his pops?
With his pops' big hit. And I really like the album, so I wanted to give it a little bit of a shout out on here. My standouts were More For Me, which was pretty much the outro track, because I like when these producers, they do albums, they'll do like the instrumental on a second. Because yeah, damn right, you work your ass off on that beat, put that shit on the album, so if somebody likes the beat, you get some streams for it. Might as well, right? It makes sense. More For Me, Tony Fontana 4, Monte Carlo with Dom Kennedy, YKWSF, which I don't remember what the title stands for again, but if I listen to it real quick, they'll say it in the first 30 seconds. It with Big Sean, and there was another one that was really good that had a feature on it. Not Reckless and Ratchet, but that one was good too. Sunrise, which was a solo song by Hit Boy.
I seen Hit Boy's dad been spitting. I'm not gonna lie, he been spitting that pain.
He's going crazy. You could tell he just got out. You could tell he just got out by the way he's spitting.
Snoop was doing the promo, and it was a song where this nigga was talking about all crazy shit. He was like, "Yo, she just want dick." Like he was spitting crazy, and Snoop was like, "Damn, homie, do your thing." And he still promoted the record, but that record was vulgar. That record was vulgar, but I do see that, and their videos have been hitting. I'm not gonna lie, their videos.
Man,
Hit Boy and his pops, the videos have been hitting.
I can't think of another story that's similar to that. Like a kid, Hit Boy, grows into be one of the biggest producers in the world.
And his pops is in jail.
And his pops is in jail this whole time. And he gets so big to the point where he's like, I'm going to start rapping. And as soon as he starts rapping, his dad gets out, who's also a rapper. So now Hit Boy has the platform to be able to push his dad.
Without having to get nothing from nobody. No,
exactly. You don't have to ask nobody for nothing.
He's just putting them on. Because he got the status. You feel me?
And I think that's very commendable. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And if we have, not to this level, I want to shout it out. I want to big it up. Because that's the real inspiration.
That's fire.
That's the real.
That's really fire.
When you make it, you put your people on. Hit Boy is standing for that, and I liked his message when he was dissing all the producers, and I like his message now. So shout out to Hit Boy. Go stream Surfer Drown Volume 2. That was a great project, and shout out Big Hit too, because he bodied a lot of that shit on there.
I do have a standout album that I didn't write down that I do want to put out into the world because it did come out and I had to figure out who this artist was. But he is a Griselda signee. His name is Estinac.
He was playing me that before.
Dominicano.
Shout out to Dominicans once again.
Dominicano flowing. To me, it feels like a Dominican uncle that could rap over a 90s beat. And this nigga is embodying that. He's saying... The album that I'm talking about is called Nassau Jim Duggan.
That's a crazy title.
Release under Griselda.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Jim Duggan is like a WWE personnel from back in the day.
Okay. They do have a lot of WWE
inspiration. So he did fuck with that. He's from the Massachusetts area. You feel me? And he has a flow. He has been featured on projects before. He was featured on Peace Fly God, West Side's project, but we didn't know who he was. He wasn't credited. So I was telling Freezy he probably didn't sign then, but he is signed now, and he dropped his first album, and I do have some standouts. Nakaman Cole Train, I don't even know how the fuck to pronounce that. Mass Money Wires featuring Al Divino, Bond Conductor, We Have a Problem. Shout out Conductor. shout out Conductor. You know who that is if you listen to Griselda.
Conductor.
Yep, We Have a Problem. Angel Dior, Strawberry Milk, and shout out Dom. He said that he liked We Made History because it came out, and I found out that he was Dominican. I was like, yo, I gotta tell Dom. And Dom listened to the album, and he said, yo, I fuck with We Made History. And man was saying, help him, Manito, bring it through. We made history. And then he was flowing.
From what Yaya was showing me before we did the pod, that also looked great, and I gotta have to check that out. That one looks
Dominicano fire. With bars.
And he's from Boston, which is great. Dominicans in Boston. I don't know if anyone here, I don't know why I'm saying anyone here, but anyone has ever been to Boston that's listening. If you've never been to Boston,
I've never been there yet.
There are a shit ton of Dominicans in Boston. There's a lot of them. You would think that, I don't know, I feel like when you think of Boston, you just think like a bunch of white people running around everywhere. They don't really have a lot of like, I mean, I guess they probably have a lot of minorities from Massachusetts, you know what I mean? But I think their diversity is mostly in like Asian people and Hispanics, and the Hispanics are mostly Dominicans. So it makes sense that he's bubbling from there. I think it's crazy that Griselda's branching out to, a place like Boston, because it's probably similar to coming out of Buffalo.
Yeah, they probably felt the same way. Nobody even give a fuck what's happening up there.
Exactly. So we gonna give a fuck and we gonna make something out of it, which is commendable in itself. Keeping it Griselda, Conway the Machine presents Drumwork the album, which Yaya, I think you probably know this lore better than me. What is Drumwork, if you know what a Drumwork is? Or if not, we can just make an assumption and move on.
Drumwork, that's the label.
That's Conway's label.
Yeah. So
it's a part of Conway's label and Conway's
and it's connected with Empire. There are many artists under Drumwork.
So you see, they're into a big umbrella.
A few artists. J Ski's in Drumwork, I believe, and Seventh
Ave, SK, Goose is on Drumwork from the looks of this feature list.
Goose, by the way, was on the previous project with Griselda.
Yes.
And with Conway.
And you said he was Conway's cousin?
And at the time, I didn't know he was Conway's cousin, but he's Conway's cousin.
That's pretty cool.
He was on Won't He Do It, singing all over it, but that's Conway's first cousin. And if he's Conway's cousin, that means he's Wes's cousin too. And their cousin is talented just like them. Family talented.
They got a lot of family talent in here. In this Conway presents Drumwork, the album project. I'm just going to call it the Drumwork album. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of good songs. Lalo with 38 Special and Benny the Butcher was a standout to me.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Blue Glass.
That was a single.
With J Skis, Goose, and Shots All My. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but that was a great song. Take It Back with Goose, SK, and 7th Ave. Crown for Queens with 7th Ave and Coda Sevilla, who I guess is another female rapper that's under the Griselda umbrella or maybe just a Drumwork umbrella. You never know.
I never heard of her.
And Andre 3000, the song itself was called Andre 3000, and it featured Bangladesh, 7th Ave, and D Smoke, who I don't know if you remember D Smoke.
Yeah,
he's from the Netflix show.
I told you about
and
him.
And he went super viral. And he's fucking Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
He's his cousin?
Yes, he's like Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
Nigga. So Sir is Kendrick is they're
yeah,
but that's why they sound like alike, nigga.
Baby Keem and Kendrick.
Wow.
So Kendrick put on his whole family basically when you think about it.
And he was acting like he didn't know.
He didn't do nothing. Oh, Baby Keem fully independent.
He came off the
That's
Netflix
a conversation
show.
for a different day when you drop your album. I'll be waiting, Baby Keem. I'm waiting for you. I want to see what you do. Anyway, shout out Drumwork. To me, the standout on this Drumwork album was 7th Ave.
Okay.
She flexed her pen on this. She was spazzing on beats. On Rory Joint, she was crazy with J Skis. If I was J Skis, I would have been scared to rap on that song. With 7th Ave, she was eating shit up. She was eating shit up. We got to give her flowers. She's going crazy. She's going crazy. And she shows a lot of promise to be. I think she could reach bigger heights. I mean, we don't have a lot of female rappers that actually spit that are in the mainstream eye, but I think 7th Ave has a potential to be there.
True.
So,
True.
Shouts out 7th Ave. Shouts out Drumwork.
We fuck with you. You fuck with you.
It was a good album.
Before, last pod we said it.
And again, like we always say, Griselda is fucking dropping every 3 weeks.
It's true.
And quality songs. It's not like they're dropping bullshit all the time. They're dropping fire frequently.
It's true. Back to back.
It's hard to do, but if you can do it, you can keep your audience engaged, and I think that's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of it. And they're really running that label well. And it's great to see from their very, very humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you have something else in mind. I can keep going. I got another one.
Nah, what you talk about?
I want to talk about Lucky.
Okay, all right.
Shout out Lucky. We switching it up a little bit, going from Griselda to
who is he? Who is he? I don't know who that is.
The way I would
I heard that name, but I don't know him like that.
Is like lean rap, like psychedelic trap, if that makes sense.
Okay.
He does a lot of great songs. He's had a lot of popular songs in the past. I don't know if you ever heard of Out My Way or Sunset, Leave Her. She want me to leave. Flawless Like Me was the last album he did. We didn't have a pod back then, so I don't think I had a chance to speak about it. I really like that project. But on this new project, he titled it Sex, Money, Drugs.
Okay.
Which will tell you all you need to know about Lucky. He's also very popular for having a lean gut. He's developed a lean. He used to be a very skinny dude, and I guess he's been drinking a lot of lean, so he had like a lean gut for a while, so he'd always like rub it and shit like that. He got into fights at his concerts because like fans would like rub his belly, and he'd be like, don't fucking rub my belly. Anyways, Sex, Money, Drugs was the project. It was 15 songs, about half an hour worth of playtime. It was great. My favorite song off of that project was 2021 Vibes. Like the beat is just insane. A lot of his songs is like the beat is insane. Straight Syrup was great. Baby Pluto was great.
Okay. And
No Bap was great as well. He only has one feature with V's, Whole World Slat, which I didn't even think he needed it, to be honest.
Okay.
But V's also dropped at a similar point and also featured Lucky on there. A lot of people were saying they liked V's album better, but I don't really. It's not really my thing. I like Lucky more. So yeah, he had a great release. He's selling well. He's doing his thing. He's on tour right now.
Is he independent or what is his deal?
He has
I don't know this guy.
He has a distribution deal with Empire.
Okay.
But
same label as Drumwork.
But I think he's independent because they only handle his distro. But you know they do push him quite a lot. He has a very he's part of the hip hop underground as they call it. But like all these guys aren't underground anymore. They're not mainstream, but they're selling 40,000-30,000 first week every week that they drop, you know, and they're going viral on TikTok all the time. So
of course,
that's what they need. But I just wanted to shout out Lucky real quick for dropping a project. It wasn't my favorite of his, but it was a good one nonetheless.
Okay,
and
I guess
he doesn't need no features. That's the thing with me. He doesn't need no features. He doesn't need an artist to get on his project to make it good. So that's what I like.
So what lane is he in? Is it R&B?
No. It's like trap. He's in the trap lane, except if you want to like smoke and play video games, I guess. Honestly, that's what it is.
All right, bro. But on the other note, I do want to say Burna Boy was deemed the first African artist to sell out a U.S. stadium. That's pretty big.
Was that Yankee Stadium? Was that Yankee Stadium or Citi Field?
If you could check.
I got you. Keep talking.
If you could check, because you quicker on the keys than me. But he was the first artist, the first African artist coming from.
It was Citi Field,
Nigeria, to sell out a whole U.S. stadium. I thought WizKid would do it, but it seemed like WizKid is touring in the UK.
Europe vibes.
Yeah, he's in the UK. He's doing.
I don't think he's as big as Burna Boy is over here.
Burna Boy, a lot of people love Burna Boy, bro. My auntie loves Burna Boy. Shout out auntie.
I like myself a good amount of Burna Boy as well. He's very good.
My aunties, they both love Burna Boy.
A lot of baddies like Burna Boy.
It's true.
a lot of baddies like Burna Boy.
It's true.
It's what I heard allegedly.
That's the vibe. That's
I went
true.
to his performance at Gut Ball he did a couple years ago.
Okay.
And I could, that Gov Ball they did was outside of Citi Field. In like the parking lot area. I guess they have like a huge lot. Mm-hmm. So they put on the festival right there. He had the whole place jumping. Everybody was everywhere, ass out. I ain't gonna lie. They was doing wild things over there. And you could tell, like, whoa. Like, I had, at this point in listening to Burna Boy, I have known of him. I knew a little bit about his background. I heard a couple of songs.
He's in Jamaica right now. But you feel me? He's with all the Jamaican artists. He's at the Bob Marley.
He wasn't at the level in my head. He wasn't at that level. But when I went to his performance, he had everybody packed out in there. Everybody wanted to see Burna Boy, and he wasn't even the headliner of the night. But I liked his performance more than Post Malone, who was that day. He was going crazy. So then to go from having the festival in the lot at Citi Field to then being in Citi Field, making history in Citi Field, man, you gotta appreciate the come up.
Yeah, bro, that nigga's nice. He's an artist, bro, and he's nice, bro. There's nothing left to say. He's nice, and he did it. He sold out a U.S. stadium, and he does love Jamaica. You feel me? He does love Jamaica. He's in Jamaica as we speak right now. You feel me? And he's with Popcorn. He's with all the men. He's at Bob Marley's studio in Jamaica. You feel me? So he's touching. He's and performing
that's the right place to tap in.
He's in the community. Like he's with the man. You feel me? He's with the man. And
the right way too.
He's shouting out Jamaica. I do want to talk about a song that my uncle showed me. Shout out Uncle. But it is ringing off in Jamaica right now, and it is called Talibans. And Burna Boy had the artist Brian Messia.
Okay.
Messia. He had him on the stage at Citi Field before, like as an opener, and the whole crowd was singing. Dun, dun. I'm gonna show you after, but it's a hit song, bro.
Okay.
The man said, "Where you about from? Which part?"
What's the title and the artist again?
It's called Talibans.
Talibans.
All the baddies love it.
Burna Boy and who?
No, it's not with Burna Boy. It's just he just brought out artists.
I see.
You feel me? So he's shouting out Jamaica and he's bigging up Jamaica.
Oh, that guy's a Jamaican artist.
I want to say so,
but if anything, he has a similar sound.
I want to say he. Yeah.
What's his name again? My bad.
I think he's from St. Kitts. He's from one of them islands, bro.
Okay.
He's not from Jamaica, but he's from. He do dance hall. He do Jamaica music, bro.
Okay.
He's inspired by Jamaica music, and he made a song.
Which a lot
it's
of
a
music,
hit song.
We were talking about Jay Huss.
Yeah, Jay Huss.
Jay Huss. Inspired by Jamaican music too. You know.
We followed the style.
Exactly.
But yeah, so he's shouting out Jamaica. You feel me? And the people fuck with him, and Burna Boy's doing his thing. You feel me? And I'm not gonna lie, Burna Boy is a sniper, like Drizzy. He had
really. I didn't know that about Burna Boy.
It is alleged that he has Jada Kingdom right now. I'm not gonna lie, and I have to just big him up. And I would love to meet you. I'm putting that out into the universe. I want to meet you. Because this man went. This man went. Both of them. Fuck it. He went from Steph London, you know who that is, to Jada Kingdom, which is a baddest. 10 out of 10, 20. I'm not gonna lie to you.
20.
I gotta show you. But she's Jamaican. 20.
I seen her.
You know her. You know who she is?
Yeah.
She got bars low key.
I don't know about bars. I never seen the bars, but it's something else.
No, she got she got bars though, and she bad. But yeah, so allegedly he has that, and I just had to do nothing but tip my hat to that. You feel me? And Burna Boy's doing his thing.
So if you had the choice between meeting Burna Boy and Jada Kingdom,
I would meet Burna Boy.
See, that is called progress.
Networking, nigga.
Networking.
Network. I'll be like, yo, Burna Boy, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? Tell me. Anything.
Moving on. I just want to keep it music still. I missed a couple points. I just want a small one. Well, not small, because I really like Tory. Shout out to Tory Lanez.
Okay.
He dropped his first single from Behind Bars, which Let's hope he's not in there for too long so he can get more music. Hurts Me, which Yaya hadn't heard of, but I think if you're on TikTok, you'll have heard the song before because
I heard of it.
It went very viral.
I just didn't peep it.
It started out as a leak, and within the time it was leaked, the time it went viral was like a week at the minimum. I mean, at the maximum. It went viral really quickly. People caught on fast. You had people like Kylie Jenner doing songs.
I did see that in the
doing songs
meme
for Tory Lanez.
The meme pages be going crazy about all of this shit.
They go crazy.
The meme pages
and they're
are
on top of it. So Tory Lanez dropped this. It doesn't drop. It leaks. The response from the audience is like, we want to hear this song. It's such a damn shame that this song isn't released and then you're in jail and we'll never be able to hear it. He was like, word? Say less. I got you. He repackaged this song. He adds on his boy Yoko Gold, who I guess is he is a rapper on his One Umbrella label imprint.
Yeah, I have listened to his music before.
He's from what was it from?
What?
The Meg album, Daystar, the Daystar album.
Yeah, where he
talks about Meg. He is on a couple of those songs on that album. Remember. He has good standout performances.
Yeah, he signed to Umbrella.
So he repackages the single to be like, oh, he posts this on Instagram. Oh, this is a shout out to Yoko. I'm locked up now. You gotta carry the umbrella. So kind of like a fake passing of the torch, like to hold it down while I'm locked up. Mm-hmm. I don't know what happens. The song comes out. It's announced and it comes out at midnight that night. For a weird reason, it was hard to find, even though it's a very viral song with Tory Lanez on it. I assumed it would be easy to find. At first, I thought they were blacklisting him because it's Tory.
Yeah.
But it was actually because a week later, Tory takes the song down. I think he takes the post down with Yoko as well. Okay. And he repackages the song again, except this time with a Trippie Redd like bridge and hook. He's on the bridge and the hook.
He did the bait and switch.
Exactly.
The bait and switch.
So he was like, fuck Yoko. I got the Trippie Redd feature. Trippie said he would be on it,
Is he still on the feature?
Yoko's still listed on there.
Yeah, he's still on the... Officially, he's still there.
Yoko's entire Spotify page was wiped out.
Really?
And then that song was going to be like the first song on there. But he's had music on his Spotify and his Apple Music before. So, it's one of those, tricks that they do. Oh, let's wipe your page clean and then post a big song on there so you get a lot of traction.
I never knew that before.
It got wiped.
I didn't know that was a technique.
Yeah. It is pretty big, especially when they're working with people like
when they just signed, they
exactly. They're like, let's get rid of all your old shit
what's
and
crazy?
Start again.
Jada Kingdom, I feel like she either got dropped from her label or something, but all her old posts and shit on Instagram, so maybe that's connected too. Like if you're like niggas just you're dropped from the label sponsored everything. So maybe I'm going to just delete everything and just start from scratch. And
exactly.
When I sign
and some people just find it easier that way to like reinvent themselves or whatever as artists. But anyways, he kind of screws over Yoko Gold a little bit. But anyways, Yoko, you can't even be that mad because the only reason that song went viral and it was such a hit was because Tory was on it. He still gave you the feature so you could get some credit for it. But I don't know. I didn't like the officially released version with Trippie Redd. I thought that shit is ass. I think Trippie kind of killed the song for me a little bit. I didn't like how he meshed well. I don't think he meshed well with Tory on that song. And I think the leaked version is better, but that might also be just I listen to leaks all the time, so they say it's like a sickness. Like you'll hear the leak and you'll become so in love with the leak that when the real version drops, you'll be like, yo, what the fuck is this? But I don't know. I think they could have done a better job. The release, it was all over the place, most likely because Tory is locked up and it's hard to navigate all that shit when you're locked up.
He's still the marketing man, even incarcerated.
But he's still pulling the strings. It's rumored now that the Alone at Prom Deluxe will be dropping relatively soon. Maybe they'll still work on it, but it looks like there's a lot of songs left over from his sessions that he did Alone at Prom to where they have enough to put together a deluxe. And, maybe them legal fees is catching up. They catch up. That shit is expensive. He's a fully independent artist. You need to be able to make a bag somehow. And I expect to see an Alone at Prom Deluxe, which I will very, very much be tuned in for. So whenever that drops, be posted here at the Bill for Cuban Links podcast because I will be talking about the standouts.
All right.
So shout out Tory.
Fair enough.
And do you want to move on from one Canadian to another Canadian?
Which one?
Drake, maybe? I don't know.
You said who?
Drake.
Drake?
This guy named Drake? I don't know. Oh, Drake. You're right. Drake. Sorry.
What is this nigga doing? What are you on your acting shit? You on your acting shit? All right, get it off.
Drake has gone on tour, as we've seen, and I'm fucking mad as hell.
This is not. Niggas didn't write it down.
I'm mad as fuck because I want to be there.
Yeah. Last show was Chicago.
First of all, the first thing I thought of now actually
was the last show Chicago, I believe.
I think the first show was Chicago.
Okay, one of them.
Whatever, they're all over. I think they're in Montreal right now. He actually, breaking news, yada yada yada, whatever. Not so breaking anymore. He took out J. Cole in Montreal because I think it's probably because 21 Savage has some visa issues, so he can't go to the Canadian stops. You know what I mean? So he brought out J. Cole over there in Canada, and he went crazy. Everybody was like, "Yeah, whatever," and I got jealous, and it made me mad. But anyways,
hologram. I still think that was a hologram.
I don't know. Allegedly, it's a real boy, but maybe they
nigga, that was a
hologram,
nigga. And niggas.
So how'd he grab the book?
Technology.
How'd he grab the book?
Niggas is hiding the technology. Fuck out of here. That was a hologram. Ain't no way.
He's doing a tour with Little Drake. He has like a mini me on there on stage. They have the stage going crazy. He's dissing motherfucker. He dissed Donald Glover. He was like, "Oh,
I sent that to you.
The overrated and overplayed. This Is America started out as a Drake diss. Like he's playing headlines because whatever. That's pretty funny. He's pretty petty for that. That's a zesty ass response. But
do we expect anything else? No.
Nah, I don't expect anything to come from either one of them. I think they're both really huge in their own way. I think Drake is, probably bigger, but Childish Gambino is he's doing movies and doing TV and doing shit like that. So shout out to him. But it's just a funny way to respond to because whenever Childish Gambino, when he did that interview and it came out that This Is America's a Drake diss, my first thought was like, why the fuck do I care? Or do I need to know this?
Hit song, though.
It was just for a little publicity,
Smart way to do it. Smart way to do it.
So Drake naturally responds in a zesty-ass way with
tour.
With the words flashing on stage. So that was pretty funny. There's another thing, when 21 Savage does his set, he does his very popular song, Peaches and Eggplants.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy, though.
We want to talk about zesty. That was zesty.
They had the
eggplant ramming that peach. It was going crazy. It was going nuts.
Like me on a Friday night.
So, yeah, so they're on tour. He's on tour. It's making me very mad. The tickets are still expensive. And the only way I would go is if I'm on the floor. So that's why I'm trying. It's like $1,000 not to have a seat. Fuck you. I'm gonna do that shit.
I saw on Reddit niggas stuck onto the floor.
Oh yeah, people do that. People have ways to get the nosebleed seats and then fucking sneak in that bitch. People are slick with it, but I'm not trying to get locked up.
You have to try.
I leave that to the white boys. I'm good. Y'all could do that shit. In other news, he's doing this interview that is probably gonna come out, if not when this pod goes up,
or it's already out,
as we're talking about it right now because that always seems to
incoming.
Happen. With, I forgot this girl's name. It's like Bilal. She has a very unique name.
TikTok shawty.
She's a TikTok potter
that got an interview with the
somehow
GOAT and wasted the opportunity.
She started her pod a couple months, like 3 months ago, and it's already gone viral. She already had, it's an industry pod. Industry plan. They industry plan these pods now.
Come on now.
But anyways.
Come on now. We know. She got the in.
She ain't getting called out by the legendary GOAT potter, Elliot Wilson of Rap Radar.
Yeah.
He said this is 2023 journalism because she's asking some bullshit. They're laid up in bed together. It's a fucking Drake interview. He doesn't do real interviews anymore. The last one he did was Rap Radar when he still had the waves. So that's how long it's been.
But the Uzi, not the Uzi, the Lil Yachty.
That shit isn't a real interview. They're talking bullshit on that shit. They're talking bullshit. He goes on the Caleb Presley Sunday Conversations, which is supposed to be bullshit and supposed to be comedic. I understand that. But Drake is avoiding these questions. He'd rather you just listen to the album. It makes sense. But it's like you ducking shit. You're not stepping on Uzi's toes. You ducking this Travis release. You ducking an interview. Even Elliot Wilson is mad and it was hilarious. I even saw Metro Boomin in the comments of that post that Elliot deleted. Elliot deleted it. I never see Elliot delete nothing. He usually stands on the shit. He didn't delete that shit. He probably wants to get another interview with Drake, so he's not talking shit.
But my thing was, why would you give someone like that an interview?
Bro, it's
and the thing was, bro,
it's the industry ties.
She was about to parlay at the beginning of the clip. She said something about nonstop, and he was smart enough to pick it up and was like, oh, she's trying to parlay it to nonstop. And then she was like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, you could have saved your shit. If you didn't know nothing what you was talking, you would have just went with his shit impromptu. you would have got some. We could have got a good story from Scorpion 2018 nonstop that hasn't been told before.
But
she's
not in it for that shit.
Opportunity. Give it to us, nigga. I already said we
give it to us,
nigga. I said, yo, give us the interview. We will make use of it.
He's ducking that shit, bro.
Drizzy, I said I wanted to see you.
He's ducking.
Just saying.
He's ducking, and Elliot Wilson agrees that he's ducking.
We don't waste time over here.
He's ducking.
That was a waste of time. He said you should skedaddle home.
So that leaves me with the question.
I got a baddie coming over. You gotta skedaddle home, shorty.
When the fuck is this project from him dropping? He releases this fucking book.
Come on.
This book is blue as shit. I'm sorry. This book is fucking blue as fuck.
He caught your neck the other day.
I'm gonna explain what Yaya means by this.
You thought he was gonna drop. He didn't drop.
I even deleted the pod because I thought the boy was finna drop.
You see, that's why you don't delete the pod.
because the boy was finna drop.
You don't delete the pod because you're waiting on other niggas that you don't know.
This motherfucker.
I'm telling you, you drop either way.
He dropped a book that was fucking blue as shit. The book is just blue. On some of the pages, there's just I didn't buy it, by the way. I'm not buying that bullshit. This motherfucker got one sentence per page, pretty much, on that fucking book. What the fuck? And it's $30? He's tripping. Anyways.
$30.
At the end of this book, there's a QR code or some bullshit. Titles ruin everything. Blah, 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 blah. Corny, zesty shit. Anyways, moving on. The book is a bunch of bullshit.
168 pages.
It's probably a bunch of lyrics. That's what it
corny
seems like.
IG caption. That's what the first link on Google says.
Exactly. Corny IG captions that cost $30. No, thank you. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, he drops this book. There's a QR code, or somewhere there's a QR code that leads to like a Drake related page, and it goes, by the way, I dropped. I have an album to go along with the book. So this is making me think he's about to drop this shit. July 4th was around the way. Hey, you might want to drop in time for the July 4th weekend. It's perfect timing, my brother.
Uzi was coming the same week.
Uzi was coming the same week, but you could probably overshadow him. Whatever. I give him the benefit of the doubt because you don't want to step on his toes. The next week, what the fuck are you ducking? You just don't want to get outshone by Travis once he drops. All right, I get it. I makes the most the most out of his drop. This motherfucker not dropping shit. He had 3 leaks. 3 leaks that sound brand fucking new.
I'm telling you, this nigga is the leak master, and them shits is beautiful.
They sound ready for OVO Sound Radio. I had Search and Rescue 3 months before that shit released, and the Uzi shit too. That's still not out right now. He has a song with Uzi that's still not out.
Yep, you have all the leaks, bro.
You gotta drop this shit, man. You can't say that, I got an album to come along with a book and then take a month to drop it. Are you fucking shitting me?
I'm not gonna lie. I would have been tight if I caught the book and I didn't get an album. I would be like, yo, what the fuck I paid for?
Exactly.
That's not included in the price?
You could have bundled it. You could have bundled the book and the album. That's a smart move. Travis is about to do that shit and sell 500,000. So you got to make these plays, bro. This last album sold 400,000. The album before that sold 250, I think. You got to make a big jump with this one. If Travis Scott sells more than you this year, I'm going to be looking at you sideways. Motherfuckers is going to be looking at you sideways.
Why you being so hard on Drizzy when the man he already gave us something?
He should have dropped. I'm being honest.
He gave us two
But your problem
joints.
is you can't announce the drop and then not drop. And not drop for a minute. So, we need something. And I don't know. To me, the album seems corny already for all the dogs and yada yada.
It could be some fire. Don't play yourself.
I want to hear some.
Don't play yourself.
I want to hear some rap, or I want to hear some R&B, or whatever.
The leaks was fire.
Most likely, we gonna get some poppy shit. We always get fire ass leaks, and then we get some poppy ass bullshit.
The leaks was
fire. The last couple of albums I actually liked. I like Dark Lane. I like CLB. I liked Honestly Nevermind. I like Her Loss. They were great.
Yep.
They're
back to back. But the leak.
But they're not selling as well as your old shit. And it's not as good as the older shit.
Because nobody has this.
So
tried our best. That's what the leak is called.
Tried our best.
The one that I'm only gonna say that one because that one is gonna be a joint.
Okay.
That one's gonna be a hit.
If it releases, I don't think it's gonna release. It has a little Ty Dolla $ign underlying feature on it, similar to Jaded. It's giving me those Scorpion vibes.
I did say this to you, and I do want to get this on file. Right? Drake. He has that melody shit. He's so nice with the melodies. I feel like he could keep up with the AI. He could keep up. He's one of those people that can keep up with the AI producing hits because it's so easy to him. He could do it in less than 10 minutes. Ratchet Happy Birthday, less than 10 minutes.
It's your fucking birthday,
nigga. And he's done it back to back to back. I feel like Drake is the only man that could keep up with his artificial intelligence.
Keep up is crazy.
Fucking competitor. He could compete with computer.
Drop the fucking album, man. I want to hear that shit. And he's on tour. No. The thing that bugs me the most, he's on tour from now until like November, beginning of November. So are you telling me the album's not going to come out until November? It doesn't make any sense to drop an album in the middle of your tour run and then change up your whole set list.
The people will be tight. The people will be tight. Like, yo.
So
that's a lot. He has a lot of. That's how you know he has too many hits, bro.
So what the fuck is going
on
Freezy, with this album?
He could drop the album and then just say, yo, we on tour. I might give y'all a little sprinkle of the album, but I ain't doing the whole album. We doing all the old joints. And prolong it a little bit.
It doesn't make sense.
Take a year off.
When you take everything into account, none of this shit makes sense. And you know what? Jay-Z, you mentioned that Jay-Z did that shit in Brooklyn with the lyrics all over the place. Mm-hmm. And he has a book dropping. And it's the same exact blue. It's the same exact blue as your motherfucking book.
Okay.
He's sending shots at you. He said, you think your book is blue? My book is bluer. And my daughter is blue. So
you talking shit.
Drop an album and prove motherfuckers wrong. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ho is about to outsell your book. He's about to outsell your book and be like, yo, I'm the greatest.
This nigga.
Ho is about to be like, I'm the greatest.
Why you putting them against each other? They both goats.
Man, they put each other against each other. They hate each other. Let's be real.
Nigga, they write for each other. Nigga,
let's be real. They hate each other.
Drake writes for Beyonce, so they don't hate each other. They do
business.
business.
That don't matter. That's business. They'll do business together, but at the end of the day, it's about who's the GOAT, who's the top, and those are the two motherfuckers that are constantly at the top. No, it's true.
You just want a Drake release, nigga.
I do want a Drake release. I'll be perfectly honest. I'll be perfectly honest.
I don't know what the fuck you trying to do. You ain't gonna do that.
But it doesn't make sense now. I don't understand what's going on. He tricked me, or the internet tricked me, whatever.
You just type that you got tricked, nigga.
Whatever.
Call it what it is. A spade is a spade, nigga.
Drop the motherfucking album, man.
A spade, bro.
If you don't drop it, then I don't know. Jay-Z might have a better blue book. So that's all I'm gonna say. Whose book is bluer? Whose album is better? You ducking Uzi. You ducking Travis.
The leaks that came out.
I need to hear something.
Show potential.
I need to hear something. You can do something. I ain't like that search and rescue shit either. I ain't like that shit. I don't care.
Like that
it's
shit.
alright. It's catchy.
That's old.
It's catchy.
That's old.
Anyways, drop some shit, motherfucker. What you doing? Or at least Scary Hours. Do a Scary Hours 3. That's fire. I'll take that. But you can't say you dropping an album and then give us nothing and then complete radio silence when you're on tour. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm dropping an album and then motherfuckers don't see you and we're like, what the fuck is going on? Motherfucker, I see you. You on tour. You dancing and shit. Where's the album?
Nigga,
where's the album?
You might be asking for too much.
Where's the album?
I do want to say some shit.
Go ahead.
Logic sells his catalog, and Nelly sells half of his catalog for 50 mil. Just something to put out there.
That might just be hot in here. Hot in here might get you 50 M's on his own.
That's true, but those are a lot of hits. He only sells half of it though. But that's not even a lot. That's not even a lot of money to me. Like, I wish I had that, but I feel like it's worth more than that. You feel me?
It could be. In the right hands, it could be. But if someone's paying 50 mil for that, it means they think they can make more. They think they can make more with it.
That's a fact. But since we are on the business side, I do want to talk about Rihanna, Riri. She steps down from Fenty, from Savage X Fenty lingerie brand. Appoints new CEO to take company to the next level. They might go public on the stock market, which means it will be traded on the public stock exchange, U.S. public stock exchange. Fans on Twitter say she needs to step into the studio. You feel me? They say, yo, she needs to step in the studio. She stepped, like, because it was like Rihanna steps out of Fenty. So niggas was like, yo, she needs to step into the studio. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's pretty clever.
We the people want new music, and it could be possible, but Rocky is breeding it as much as possible.
Breeding it is crazy.
Breeding it as much as possible.
That's crazy.
According to the broken English. You feel me? And I can't blame him. You feel me? I can't blame him. So we might not get music anytime soon.
I don't think we get no music. I think she's going to have another baby before we get another album.
One could hope. The summer drop that we talked about months ago, we predicted a lot of things, but I don't know.
I think she's gonna get twins. She's gonna have twin babies before we get the new album.
Hey, but that happened, and yeah, she took
the biggest winner.
She took Fenty to the to a big level. I'm not gonna lie.
The audience is losers, though. The listeners is losers. The people anticipating a new Rihanna album. We are the losers in all this. And I think the biggest winner, even though, Rihanna's making a lot of money.
She got bread from it, though.
She's making a lot of money. But the biggest winner is A$AP Rocky. Let's give a hand to A$AP Rocky. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen. A$AP Rocky was able to secure the bag. Shout out to you, A$AP Rocky. Man.
Shout out Rocky, boy.
The luckiest man on earth.
Shout out Rocky. But I do want to say another thing I do want to bring up. A clothing company that everyone knows, even the niggas that don't use it, called Shein.
Oh, can you explain to me what Shein is, though?
Shein is a clothing brand that distributes and ships and sells clothing for mostly women, but they have stuff for men. They have very fashionable attire, trending clothes, like a Fashion Nova type shit, but it's cheap.
Would you say they're like the fast fashion? They're the fast fashion, like cheap stuff, but that's trendy? Yeah,
the shorties fuck with it.
Okay.
The shorties fuck with it, and the women love Shein for its cheap, fashionable clothing and deals, but they were hit with a RICO. RICO and copyright infringement. You see what we was talking about last time with copyright.
Hey, the Fashion RICO, there was a printout for it.
They are accused of...
The BAPE was the blueprint.
They are accused of criminal activity, and they could be taken down because of this criminal activity. Allegedly.
Y'all stealing.
Allegedly.
Y'all are stealing.
Allegedly. Stealing people's designs or something of that matter, but it was a key factor in the fashion game when it comes to the women.
I can't believe they hit Shein with the RICO. That's crazy.
This is something that I wasn't expecting. Clip incoming.
Fashion RICO part 2.
Part 3.
Part 3? That's 3?
Part 3.
Part 3.
Part 3.
Do you want to do this billionaire buffoonery?
Yep.
We did the Latin buffoonery, the Latin trap buffoonery. Now it's time for the Billy Boys.
Yes. The battle of the ages. Musk versus Zuckerberg.
In the red corner.
Who wins?
In the blue corner.
Tesla versus Meta. Twitter versus Meta in new
Instagram
threads.
They are beefing. Hey. The girls are fighting.
They might actually fight, though. They might actually
fight. That would be the biggest fight of all time.
That's why I said the battle of the ages.
It would be the biggest fight.
Two people with the most money fight. Whoa. This is pay-per-view right here. Everybody wants to see this. Everybody talking about this. Everybody want to see.
Dana White is like, yo, put it on the UFC, please.
Fam, that would bring mad. They wouldn't even have to do another UFC event for fucking. And they said they want to do it at the Rome Cathedral or some shit.
I seen that too.
The
Gladiator Arena.
Like, that shit is crazy.
Yo, that'd be crazy. We are living in a world where this is actually happening. I don't think I would have ever imagined a world like this when I was a young Freezy,
a young pappy, a young chap, a young chap.
When I was a wee lad, I would never imagine.
That's what it sounds like.
These billionaires acting out on this on the gram.
On Twitter,
and then the other motherfucker respond on Facebook. That'd be funny, right? The battle of the platforms, the battle of the Billy Boys is crazy.
Each other. Niggas is copying each other. You feel me?
They got beef. They got real beef.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Elon Musk was training with George St. Pierre, who is a UFC legend. And what did Zuckerberg do? He went around and trained with Adesanya and Volkanovski, two of the top pound for pound fighters.
Zuckerberg is in shape. Let's talk about it.
Zuckerberg got fucking.
Zuckerberg is in shape.
He looking like Bezos, except Bezos was.
Bezos
was on that juice.
He might get took down. I'm not gonna lie. Elon might get taken down because he's not in shape. You're not in shape.
Elon Musk
is
like 6'3" or some shit. Though.
You're not in shape. You shape like fucking Sully from Monsters Inc.
Elon Musk looks like a robot though. So what if he punches him and then his hand breaks? You never know.
But we do know that this Threads maneuver was highly disrespectful and blatant. Elon files a lawsuit against stupid.
Everybody
Zuckerberg.
got a Threads account. I don't go for. I'm not doing that shit.
You feel me?
I'm different, bro. I'm different. I don't need that shit.
He files a lawsuit because he's saying, yo, Threads is exactly Twitter. And it is. So let's see who wins. But I heard that, shout out Aristotle, he's a part of EYL network, or he's in that group with 19 keys.
Ah,
and
that
shit.
makes sense because this quote you told me, you said it was from Aristotle. I didn't realize he was from EYL. I was like, when the fuck did Aristotle say this?
You thought
like, what?
You thought it was original Aristotle? Oh my god, this nigga's a fool. But the nowadays Aristotle, not the one, not the
new Aristotle,
not the philosopher, the nigga that
well, he is a philosopher.
Stocks.
The new one is a philosopher.
Listen, he said good CEOs copy each other.
That's true.
Each other's ideas, and you know, feel me? And Threads reaches 100 million users in 5 days. It took Twitter like 4 years to get to the same amount. You feel me?
Wow.
It is a big thing. It is a copied maneuver. Amazon copied mad shit. Bezos, parlays, other ideas.
Amazon is like, oh, word, you make HDMI cables? Oh, we make HDMI cables too for half the price, yo. Amazon actually, interesting enough, for my business people out there who are tuned into the pod, it's very, very business people. They are, from my knowledge, Amazon is very well known for buying up a company, taking the key parts of it that make them work and function, and then like discard. Like the company is a banana, they peel away the company and take the fruit. And they throw out the fucking skin. Bye bye CEOs, bye bye all you workers.
Yep.
The great money makers are thieves.
Yes.
But they legally thieve. Sometimes illegally, but they got enough money to like fuck you. they got fuck you, I'ma steal money.
Nigga, that's what they do, and they do it all the time. You feel me? Amazon was took everything and became everything. You want music? We do music. All right. You want shipping? We do. Oh,
you got to go to the grocery store? Oh, I got you, and it'll be better than the regular grocery store.
Bezos is a hell of a CEO, and so is Zuckerberg and Musk, Elon. You feel me? But I do want to say, Twitter employees file a $500 million lawsuit due to refuse severance payments. If you do not know what severance is, it is when you leave a company or a company chooses to part ways with you or an individual.
Okay.
Heard those before.
Heard those
bitch ass niggas. Musk, I heard that before, nigga. I heard that, nigga.
So, are you rooting for Zuck or for Musk?
Nigga, may the best man win.
May the best man.
Gangsta.
See, that's a very political business answer. Look at this man right here, man. Look at this dude.
Train myself, you know. Myself.
Keeping it business.
Deals incoming.
Keeping it business. You wanna
speaking it in.
You wanna speak about? We spoke about Kai. Kai gets a shout out almost every week.
Yo, that nigga's in Japan with Phantom right now.
You know who else is
Bronx,
in Japan?
They putting on for Bronx.
You know who else is in Japan right now? Kanye is working on an album. If you still hear, Kanye's working on an album in Japan, and everybody's flying out there.
Really?
Just so y'all know. I'm just putting it out there. We'll talk about it when it comes.
I take $5,000, bro. I want to go there one day, but damn, that's a down payment on a flight.
So Twitch is getting kind of fucked, right? Because we got other platforms like Kick that are coming in and taking a lot of their big streamers. You got also places like Rumble too. They got some more options of platforms. But the thing is, this is the one key, as we said, with Bezos. Let's bring it back to Bezos and Amazon.
Yeah.
The UI that Kick uses is the same UI that Twitch uses. But the difference is
UI meaning user interface.
And also I believe some other shit in their platform and the coding, some other technical aspects to the way that they run. Kick is paying Amazon to use that sort of base for their platform. Where on the other hand, Twitch gets a discounted rate being owned by Amazon to use that same knowledge and IP.
Okay.
If Kick is gonna they're giving out shit tons of money to the streamers.
Yeah.
They're giving out shit tons of money to Amazon. How will they be able to keep up with Twitch in the long run? It might just be another case of Amazon studying and learning how. This man's opening the window because it's hot. I'm sweating too. After that Drake segment, I was sweating like crazy. With this new move that Kick is doing, bringing everybody in with money, kind of, I don't know if you're keeping up with the Saudi league in soccer. They're snapping up everybody. They're throwing money at it to try and build a user base. But at the end of the day, you might just be helping your competitors who are directly associated with Amazon, who pretty much gives your platform life. So it's not a great business strategy. They might be another one of those, they were here and then they went type of company because they're trying to make big moves in quick succession. But you never know. I think the good thing is it applies pressure to Twitch, who are like freely banning their people call it the TOS, their terms of service and their privacy policies. They're all over the fucking place, and they're very broad.
They're going against the creator right now.
They're going against their creators, but not just any creators. Their biggest creators
Mr.
who are
Beast,
giving
the
their
big
platforms.
man them, the big man them.
They're giving their platforms life. Twitch has life because of the creators that are on there and that are committed to their platform. They keep fucking these guys over. They're not gonna want to mess with you anymore. They're just gonna branch out to different areas.
You can't put no other company's logo, and it can't be big at all. It has to be two pixels.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
like,
crazy.
Niggas not gonna stop fucking with you. And you said that. That was a key part of the episode, a previous episode, where you said how Kai, he knows he's to not put all his eggs in one basket when it comes to Twitch. And since then, he's signed to Rumble.
Exactly.
Right?
I believe so, or Kick or something like that. But I think even the Rumble and Kick deals that they're doing, some of them are not exclusive, too. So that's been a problem. So you're paying this much money out to these fucking creators, and they're streaming on your platform. But they're also allowed to stream on YouTube. They're also allowed to stream on Twitter. They're also allowed to stream on Twitch if they even wanted to. Unless the contract isn't disputed. But a lot of these guys have so much leverage that could be like, we want to be able to stream everywhere, but if you want me to stream on there, give me some money. You know? So, it is what it is. We will see what happens, but I don't know. I think this is going to be a long process to be dragged out. And
he signed with Rumble.
He did sign with Rumble.
Yeah, he signed with Rumble.
That's the two big ones that are new, is Rumble and Kick. I like Rumble because Rumble is kind of like a YouTube. So
it's coming soon. We're gonna take over that space coming soon.
Rumble, coming. And what I like about, they have like a YouTube, so you can go live and also post videos. But I think Kick is just more geared towards only live streaming, so that's why it's a direct competitor to Twitch. But
most definitely.
Yeah, we will see what happens with Twitch, but they are definitely falling out of favor. And
that's true.
You have anything else to add?
I have one more thing.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. I got one more, maybe.
Yeah?
In the tuck.
All right. I just had this question that I wanted to pose to you. Is the double XL freshman freestyle needed?
Oh, this is a big one.
This
is a great clip.
Artists dubbed them before. Example, Tory Lanez. Ice Spice says she's too busy to feature. She's doing big things for the Barbie movie. She is on the song with
Nicki Minaj
on Barbie World.
Samples, I'm a Barbie girl.
So she says that she's too busy for it. The 2023 list has heavy hitters on it.
Does it? I thought it was ass.
Nah, it has some heavy hitters.
You have the list?
I didn't write it down.
I got you. Keep talking. I got you.
It has Tia, Cornet, or I don't even know how to say her name. The one that says Freaky T. And then it has that. Has her. It has What the fuck else does it have? It has heavy hitters.
Oh my god. The XXL website is so terrible.
Nigga, you don't even.
Here we go. Here we go. This is the list.
It has Glorilla. I think Glorilla's
Glorilla. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, why can't nobody just have their list out? God damn it, bro. Websites, keep it simple, man. Y'all always be doing too much.
Nigga, they gotta get you to read it, bro.
God fucking. They just want you to stay on the website. They want you to stay on the website.
That's why Instagram is a key factor, bro.
Here we go. Not Lil Baby. Tia Corrine.
Yeah, I don't know how to say her name.
Too Rare, who we've talked about before.
Too Rare, yeah.
Was good.
Philly.
Finesse 2 times, who I think is...
I heard him.
I heard the name. I don't know if he's associated with Too Rare or not.
Nah.
DC The Don, which I've also heard, but I don't really think it rings any bells. Rob 49, who I never even heard of.
I heard that name before.
Lil Tyler, but it's spelled La Tyler, but he's fire. He's my favorite. Oh shit! I just lost it again. God fucking damn it! We said Glorilla. We said Central C is on here.
Yeah, Central C is on it.
Central C is on here.
That's the one I forgot.
And Lola Brooke.
Lola
Brooke. Real Boston
Our
Richie,
girl.
who is another allegedly quote unquote. I don't want to say rat, but he's a allegedly quote unquote snitch. So we see that doesn't make a difference there. And there's also a name that's covered by something right now. Oh no, it's Pierre Bourne did the beats. In my opinion, with respect to Glorilla, Lola Brooke,
Tia, I know her.
well, Yaya gives respect to her. I don't really know you. Shout out. Whatever. Respect to everybody. With all due respect, y'all.
Yeah, with all due respect.
Fuck that shit. Pierre Bourne is bigger than all y'all, in my opinion. Except maybe Glorilla. Pierre Bourne is my favorite out of all these motherfuckers. The fact that they got him stuck just producing, like making the beats, like, bro, he's an artist too.
But he's been rapping for a minute though.
Man, I think he should have been like, fuck this list. I don't need to be on this fucking list.
He wants his beats to get featured. That's a big look as a producer.
Man, you don't need that shit, Pierre. You don't need that shit. I think that's a mistake.
That's why I let off with artists dubbed them before.
I think Pierre should have dubbed them. Ice Spice damn right should have dubbed them because
she's busy.
She would have been like the Gunna. Last time, I remember Gunna did it, but then he didn't do a freestyle. He didn't do anything because he's like, fuck y'all, I'll be on the cover, give me some money. You know? This list is out of fashion, I think, now. I think the reason is because for so many years they've been making the wrong choices. I think this year even they've made wrong choices. Like, come on, Central C is a XXL freshman?
That's what I'm saying.
He was a fucking freshman 2 years ago. Lola Brooke, yeah, you good. Right timing with Lola Brooke.
Ain't have nobody.
Glorilla, wrong time. She was a freshman a year ago, 2 years ago.
She kind of falls in between where she came out. She came out in between a year. That's why. Yeah. In between a year.
I don't know, man.
So they cried giving it. They don't have nobody.
They don't got nobody.
Some of them is bigger than the list, bro.
And you know what? If you're gonna pride yourself, like this is like XXL. What the fuck do you guys make money on? Y'all don't make money on nothing. This is your big money maker every year. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. This is your big draw. If this is gonna be your big draw and your money maker, you gotta make sure it's done right, and you gotta actually keep your eye out for young talent that is up and coming. Because you used to do that. But you don't do it anymore because it's hard.
ARs stopped doing that a long time ago. Freezy. Come on. We already know that. If they would have found White Plains, niggas would have been rich already.
In other words, y'all fucking shit is old, is played out. With respect to everybody on the list, I don't even think none of y'all need to be on the list. I don't think this gives you a look at all.
Everybody who's bigger, they kind of move.
Yeah, everybody that's known big on here, everybody's big already. Without the list, they don't need the list.
But seeing Lola and Glorilla rhyme, let's see whose is better. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only one that I'm really looking at.
And we did. You know, it's funny when we spoke about Lola Brooke when you first brought her up when she was just bubbling. We compared her to Glorilla, who was already established at the time. We are doing better than XXL. What the fuck is going on? Come on. Oh, I think it's over for this XXL shit. Barring they get the next J. Cole or Kendrick on there on the list. But it's not going to happen because they don't pay respect to shit like that anymore. So, yeah. No, I don't think so. Fuck XXL. Hip-hop doesn't need him. Music doesn't need him.
They didn't need him a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. For a minute now. I feel like every time they drop a list, it's just, hey, let's just shit on them real quick and move on.
What,
Speaking of I don't know actually if he was an alum on the XXL list. Anyways, Lil Baby.
Okay.
Lil Baby has been canceling tour dates. What has been going on in the music industry these last couple of months really.
He dropped the album at the wrong time.
And the album wasn't even that good. We talked about it on the pod. Mm-hmm. Everybody is going on tour right now at the same time because everything's opening up. One, everything is more expensive, from busing, from running your tour bus to hiring musicians and engineers and lighting and even renting out the arenas themselves, or even clubs. They have boosted their price from COVID.
Interest rates is up
because of inflation. The music industry has been inflected by inflation.
The Federal Reserve might actually stop the increase, but let's see what happens. I don't know. These niggas playing.
These artists are all going on tour at the same time, so it's giving people options of whose tour do they want to go on. Off the top of my head, I can name you artists that are on tour right now. Drake, 21 Savage, Lil Baby. I think Dirk is on tour. Don Toliver's on tour. Pierre Bourne is on tour with him. Everybody's on tour right now.
Podcast is on tour, some of them.
Yeah, Podcast is on tour. It's time for people to make some money. With that, people get the variety of choice that they wouldn't normally have in a normal tour cycle, I feel like. So artists like Lil Baby, who you would expect would be easily to go on tour across America, maybe selling out arenas because of how big he was, or even how big he is, or how big he was at a certain point, he has been canceling tour dates left and right. And the reason is because he's not selling tickets. People don't want to go. They're not willing to pay $200 to see Lil Baby.
Wants and needs
from 3 sections away, you know? It's kind of looking tough out here.
I didn't even know that was happening.
He went on tour with Lil Durk, remember, when he did the Heroes and Villains run, I think a year ago.
I do remember
and they
that.
faced a similar problem because, yeah, you might be able to do 3 shows in Chicago, 4 shows in Atlanta, 5 shows in New York City. But when it comes time for you to go to Minnesota or Wisconsin, the motherfuckers isn't coming out for you.
Book out there? You should know. The labels have all the information.
They have listenership.
You should know that over there, you can't sell no seats.
You got the DSP info. They're giving you the statistics. You got streams over there, yes. But those people are not willing to spend their money or their parents' money to go see you in a big-ass arena. So I think it's a shame.
Not even rap.
But it's crazy. I think he's better off going to the Michael Rubin 4th of July party and investing in a business with somebody over there. The Illuminati party that they do every year, where they all wear white and then drench themselves in goat's blood. So, I don't know what you're doing.
That's fucking hilarious.
I actually remember somebody I did want to shout out, DaBaby, because I talked about DaBaby, I think, in our third ever podcast.
I didn't write that down.
I said DaBaby will be back. DaBaby is on the right path. He's on a righteous path.
I don't know about people are fucking with DaBaby. He has won the crowd back.
He won them back, and that's all it takes.
All it takes
Freezy. Is one. We told y'all.
Freezy. The thing is, let's just bring it back. We talked about this. We said that DaBaby has fallen out of the favor of the people, and he needs to do something to win back the people. And he has won back the people.
It wasn't even of his doing. He dropped a song. He dropped a little tape, actually. A little, I think it was like a 6-track EP or something. It was like a small mixtape with that song Shake Some on it. You want to shake some. You want to shake some. It didn't even go viral at first. It was a good enough song to where this guy on TikTok is a famous, his account, he just drives a tow truck. So he goes to people's, repos. He's doing repos. Yeah. He'll tow up somebody's car, and at the same time, he's dancing to the, hi, go and shake some. And it went viral, and it's gave DaBaby a career resurgence. So where we see one rapper who stuck it through, made his own way, fell off a little bit because of whatever bullshit he got into at the festival where he said whatever and he lost that mainstream appeal. He was able to get it back by making hot music, and that's all it takes sometimes. He put his nose to the grindstone. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm bad at these phrases sometimes. But anyway, he got to work. He got straight to work. He pumped out music, and he got one. And that's all it takes. He's back in the people's good graces. Whereas Lil Baby, who might have thought might have been high off of the success of his other, which I'm forgetting the name of the album before the last one. It's not looking too good out there. I'm sure they're both making a lot of money, but I respect DaBaby's grind a lot more than I feel sorry for Lil Baby's kind of descent. So DaBaby didn't need to go to the Illuminati party. He didn't need to. He was able to get it out himself.
Hey.
So shout out to Baby, man.
People have counted him out, and he has resurrected himself.
Shout out to
Congratulations.
Baby. And I think...
Wait, I got one more.
One more. Go ahead.
One more thing that happened to us that was environmental that I just want to get off real quick.
Oh, yes.
Because this happened to us, and we couldn't say anything. We didn't pause.
Well, it happened to y'all.
Oh, you wasn't here, right? Oh, yeah, you wasn't here. You fucking...
I missed it.
You escaped it. Yo, they poisoning the people, claiming it's wildfires. It was orange outside without a filter. Without a filter, it was orange outside.
Like Narcos when they go to Mexico.
It looked like the apocalypse was upon us a couple of days last month. And it was still going on until recently. It's still in the air.
It happened again. They had more wildfires allegedly, and it came back down.
All I want to say is, do we really want to believe the people that don't have our best interest at heart?
No, we do not.
Just ask yourself that.
I want to point out...
Do you believe them to tell you information? Because I don't. Sorry.
I want to point out... When this current president was running for election to the highest office, not just in America, in the world, he said one of his main points and main reasons to elect him over the other guy was because of environmental consciousness, and he would be the right president to get us back on track. In that same time period, he has announced more drillings, more oil refineries, more bullshit to get us done. And also, he blew up a pipeline, allegedly, in the Ukraine, which was the biggest release of methane gas in the history of the world, all because of a little silly war between Russia and the Ukraine that we are backing for no apparent reason.
Man, over here look like the apocalypse.
Y'all are bullshitting.
Over here look like the apocalypse, son.
Y'all are bullshitting.
And them niggas is saying that it's wildfires coming from Canada. And my uncle said he called somebody from Canada and there was nothing in the air up there. But over here, there was something in the air. You wildin'. These niggas they doing something. They want niggas to walk around with oxygen tanks. I'ma say it. The mask ain't gonna save you. Y'all just spread everything to everybody. That shit was crazy. You escaped it, though.
These people are bullshitting us.
You wasn't here.
I was in the Bahamas, luckily enough. Sorry, y'all. I was in the Bahamas.
This nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. I was having a good little time in the
vacation.
Bahamas. The Bahamas was great. I should have mentioned that in the beginning.
You put in time to go on vacation, nigga?
It was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Yo, that's crazy.
Beautiful, beautiful place.
Fam. What? Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because that was something that affected everybody, whether you had your mask on or not. It couldn't save you. Sorry.
You reminded me of a point I wanted to make before.
Sorry.
Before we end things off, we had an interesting debate with our comments over the whole political thing and, getting into it about not voting and voting. Marianne Williamson, I can proudly say, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with her. RFK Jr., Robert Kennedy Jr., the son of Robert Kennedy, who I guess is the brother of John, JFK.
Yeah.
Is running for office. And he has about 20 to 25% of the Democratic poll in a primary against a sitting president, which is pretty incredible. And the Democratic Party doesn't want to put on any debates.
Yo, they found coke in the White House the other day and they ain't got no fingerprints. Them niggas is sweeping the shit and not telling niggas.
The Hunter Biden shit was
They
real.
ain't telling
They was
niggas.
telling us it was fake and it's real.
Them niggas is sniffing coke
I
up there.
seen the video of Joe Biden after they did some gun violence speech. 3 weeks ago, they did a gun violence speech, and Joe Biden, at the end of the speech, he said, thank you guys, and God save the Queen. First of all, the Queen's been dead for a couple of months now. What the fuck is he talking about?
He's still under them. Bet you didn't know that.
Publications are now starting to turn against Biden, and it looks like people don't want him to run. But we are still insisting, it looks like we're going to have a round 2 of Trump and Biden again. For what? Nobody wants either of them. I feel like not a lot of people want either of them.
Nigga. Them niggas is sniffing coke up there.
They're wilding.
And saying that ain't nobody fingerprints is on it. Nigga, come
Nobody
on.
Fingerprints is on
There was
it.
only 2 people in there. Come on, it was either or both. Them niggas wiped the evidence to say, yo, just say there's how the fuck you ain't got no fingerprints?
It's gonna make for an interesting next couple of
These
18
niggas
months.
is some lying motherfucker. Yo.
I want us
You nigga lie.
over the next couple of months. I really want us to cover this our election because I think it's gonna be a big one. I mean, the last one was a huge one, but this one is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a very, very tense and problematic election, and it's gonna be very interesting to talk about. So, whatever your opinions are, give us your opinions, and we'll give you ours, and we could fight about it. So, to end things off with a little spice, So,
we do talk the neutral politics over here.
yeah, exactly. So.
Hey.
From Freezy and from
Yaya.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in
Yep.
to episode 12. We hit a dozen.
Yep.
We hit a dozen, y'all.
Yep.
It's a big milestone.
Some niggas ain't hit 1 yet.
Some niggas ain't hit.
You ain't putting
3.
in the work. Sorry. You ain't putting in the work. Sorry. It takes a lot. It takes hard work.
We will be back.
We
will be better. This has been the days before Utopia. I think I want to go with that. The days before Utopia.
Okay.
And we'll see you once Utopia comes.
All right.
So, this has been the Built for Cuban Links podcast. People signing off.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out Adam22.
Hi.